It's all gonna be okay.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tucker Newman Coaching. I'm Coach Tucker, and today I'm going to teach you how to manage stress. Are you stressed? Of course you are. You're a human being on planet Earth. In the year 2022, pretty stressful times we live in. So, how do we manage it, Tuck? Well, first thing we got to understand, what is stress? What is it? We have a stress hormone called cortisol, but what is stress? Stress is a perception. So when I was playing football, I would be standing on defense in a very intense fourth quarter, close game, focus locked in, and guess what? I wasn't all that stressed. I would say before a test in calculus, I was more stressed than when I was on the football field. Even though there was much more cortisol, my perception of the stress was different. It wasn't that stressful to me, right? So stress comes in 6 forms. It's kind of small right here. We have physical, chemical, nutritional, thermal, EMFs, and we have psychic stress. That's probably the most stressful thing in the world, is our mental stress. We are thinking negative thoughts all day. We're worrying, right? And it's this loop, because when we worry, our cortisol goes up, and when our cortisol goes up, we're more likely to think fear-based thoughts. Remember, high cortisol equals fight, flight, freeze. So a lot of people are either in the fighting phase, they're just go, go, go when they're stressed. So they work out harder, digging a deeper hole, or they flight, they just run away from all their problems, they go hide, or they freeze, they just stop. They go into slug mode. They're like, I'm just so overwhelmed with stress, I can't even do anything right now. So one of the physiological factors of having high cortisol as a result of too much stress in any of those forms is fat gain. So when our body's running from a lion, we need to use fat when we do cardio exercises, right? When our body doesn't know the difference between running from a lion or running on a treadmill. It just knows, put the cortisol up, it knows the biological processes. So when we're running from a lion, we need to lose muscle to lighten up the load. But we also need to hold on to fat because that's our energy source, right? When we're in a fasted, or if we're in a starvation mode, our body holds on to fat. So if we're skipping breakfast, our body holds on to fat. I see this with a lot of clients. Fat is our fuel source. It's our primary fuel source. It's not carbs. So if we're not eating and if we're under a lot of stress, we're gonna hold on to a lot of fat because our body's trying to protect us. Thank you, body. And then we also lose muscle when we high cortisol. So if we're doing cardio and our goal is I want to tone up and I want to lose fat, the cardio is doing the opposite. The running from your problems is doing the opposite. The living in fear is doing the opposite of what you want. It all works together, right? Can't just get the results we want in the gym. It's a lifestyle. And then fear is false evidence appearing real. So a lot of times when we have high cortisol, we're looking at false evidence and we're making it real because our body is searching for the danger. It's literally searching for it, because when you have high cortisol, it's like, all right, what's going on in my environment? I gotta make sure I'm safe. Right? So we run, fight, or freeze, right? We gotta do that. So when we have cortisol high, we gotta make sure we're effectively managing it. Also, high cortisol uses a lot of resources. So if you're using a lot of resources, especially minerals, to create hormones like cortisol, are you putting them back in? This is why I'm an affiliate for Bioptimizers. They have a great magnesium supplement where you get 7 types of magnesium that's absorbed by the brain, the muscles, different parts of the body. And magnesium accounts for 42% of our metabolic processes. So all enzyme activity, we have about 9,000 enzymes, all need minerals. So if we're not getting enough magnesium or calcium or potassium, we're very deficient in selenium, magnesium, those are the big ones, right? So we need to put those back in. All right, and if you can't get magnesium, if you're deficient in magnesium, 42% of your metabolic processes are now going to be slowed down. And if you slow down, you're going to be tired all the time. Sound familiar? So, what are my tips for doctors? So, the first thing we need to know, what is your dream? Why do you want to manage your stress? If you don't have a dream, might as well just live in stress. Remember, if you got a big enough dream, you don't need a crisis. And so if you don't have a dream, you manifest a crisis, gives you something to do. You need something to do, right? You need a reason for living. So a lot of times we don't create the reason. The universe gives us this reason to wake us up. And a lot of times it's a crisis. So wake yourself up with your dream and don't live in crisis mode and enjoy your life. What a concept. So what is your dream, and are you thinking positive thoughts? That's why positive affirmations are so important. We got to get our mind working for us. Deepak Chopra showed that through his research. We think around 68,000 thoughts a day. This is what he found in his research through decades of working with patients in the psychological realm. 68,000 thoughts a day, 90% of which are negative, and it's probably higher. We think a lot of negative thoughts because we live in fear because we have high cortisol. It's just this loop. And then because we're thinking negative thoughts, the high cortisol goes up. We got to get out of the loop. How do we get out of the loop? Know your dream, first and foremost. If you need help, sign up for a session. I got you. Next, doctor diet. You got to eat organic food. If you're eating glyphosate, if you're eating all the chemicals they spray on it, if you have no nutrition and no minerals in your food, guess what? You're going to be under a lot of stress, right? You're going to be under a lot of stress. I have articles written on my blog about why organic matters. I have a video on why organic matters. Go check that out. It's an important video and it will reduce your stress. Next, we have Dr. Quiet. So this is a big one to hit when we're managing stress, right? Are we sleeping enough for our individual needs? Are we resting effectively? Are we taking time in the day to work in? And that's a Dr. Movement concept, but it also works with Dr. Quiet. These are the yin doctors. So meditation, if you're not meditating, then you're going to be stressed, right? The world's too busy. We need to come to some stillness. There's a lot of chaos. To bring order to the chaos, we got to bring order within ourselves. To bring order within ourselves, we need to sit still for a second. So meditation, critical. And then breath work, be careful. Because when we're breathing a lot, we're increasing our cortisol, but there's a meditative effect to breath work and it brings you back into your center, which can help you effectively manage stress because now you're taking control of your mind and letting your mind not wander and go all over the place, creating more stress. So be careful. Sometimes a simple breath work pattern is 4-7-8, which really brings your cortisol down. You inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 7, and then hold for 7 seconds and exhale for 8 seconds. And that's gonna really change your state. And when you change your state, now you have power over your mind. And then lastly, work in exercises. So these are things like Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga, depending on the type, like yin yoga. There's a lot of things. Zone exercises in the book How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy by Paul Chek. So a simple zone exercise is just inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So take a moment today and figure out which of the 4 doctors you need to focus on. Dr. Happy's the chief physician, so if you haven't got that down, sign up for a session with me. I'll get you right. I'll get you right for sure. And see if you need a little more working in. Remember, if we don't go within, we go without. If we don't work in, we're not going to be able to work out. And if we keep working out, we do what I call digging a hole. And when you dig a deep enough hole, once it's about 6 feet, you're in a tough spot, right? So don't be digging that hole. Manage your stress. Manage your stress effectively, people. And if you like this video, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, share it with everyone. I know if someone's stressed out, send them this video. It'll help them out a lot. And thank you for watching. Remember, a better me creates a better world.
You will find the light, you will find the light, you will make it through. Every road will heal, dark